Bug out bags. Okay, this is not going to be my best video because I feel completely pressured and rushed to get this done, but I'm just going to deliver what I promised, which was a pack. If you want to see a separate video that has every individual item that I have, please let me know. I may make it, but that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this is to get your go bag ready to go now. Hey guys, it's Jen here with Diva, and I wanted to thank you for joining me on this late release of this video, how to pack your go bag. See, yeah, I actually cut my finger in 3 different places, and then I kept doing that, which made the bleeding even worse. So I'm very sorry to be getting this out late to you, but I am getting out nonetheless. And actually, there were several follies and blunders we ran into along the way. So we'll go over those, and we'll see what all went wrong. And we're going to make it right, and we're going to pack our bags nice and tight. Let's go. The last thing we learned yesterday was this pack was not fit for me. Now, this was a pack that I had actually gotten my daughter a few years ago. She was smaller, and she wanted to trade up, so I took her old pack. But as you can see, we've got a couple issues. There are no straps to carry below, so I would have to carry my blanket up top. This mollying system doesn't work, so this was left kind of swinging around. I've got junk hanging off the side, but most importantly, this is pulling away. And once you have one thing pulling away, gravity just follows. So not only was this too short for me, but it was pulling me back and causing more strain on my back than would be optimal for any kind of bug out situation. All right, so as you can see, everything actually fit in my pack, and it fit in there properly. So it wasn't a matter of too much stuff. It is a matter of this pack is not long enough for my body. And I'm a pretty short person, so that's a pretty hard feat. But I needed at least another 2-3 inches to give me hip support and hopefully a hip band. I wanted a padded hip band, and this just doesn't cut it. So since I traded off with my daughter and gave her the good pack with all that good stuff, I'm going to have to look for another alternative. Unfortunately, right now, if I'm going to have a go bag ready to go, I'm going to have to go for a backpacking backpack because that's what I have on hand while I'm searching to get fitted for what suits me right. Now, I'm not going to unpack everything and then repack it in a video because everybody unpacks everything and just leaves it there. And my point, what I want to do is I want to show you how to pack it logically. We can see the everyday carry bag packed up just fine as well. But the problem again was that pulling, and that pulling right there, those are my most important items. That's got my knife, all of my medications, and all of my important documents in the back there. And part of that is because this strap is not detachable from this bag. So that is a manufacturer oversight and something that I'm going to contact the company about and maybe recommend that they go ahead and make it removable, because I really don't think it's going to destroy the integrity of the bag itself by making it removable. Everything else here is removable. All right, so this is the option I am left available with for now until I get fitted for and get a new tactical pack in for a 72-hour bug out bag. So the main difference is, of course, the material is very different. Nylon, mostly ripstop. You got daisy chain instead of a molly system. I really like the molly system. I think it's more secure. But this is what I got to go with. So the first thing, we've got easy access down here. This is one separate container. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pack our rations. Now, my rations are not in this bag yet because they're in a big container that my family were going to divide out tonight amongst all of us. So this is going to take place of my rations because it's about the same space it's going to take. But the food, the good stuff, right? You always want to feed your body the best sustenance you have access to. Like that. Always, always. Energy. Right, we got that. Next, 3 hours to shelter in hazardous weather conditions. So I have my tent, my tarp, and my emergency blanket in here. We've got quick access to that. This is my Keep Warm pack. It's got a stocking cap, gloves, alpaca scarf. My list doesn't call for a scarf, but I get colder than most people. And hand warmers and toe warmers. We've got that. Medical kit. I've got everything in here with the exception of a splint, which I will include, even though they're bulky and I hate packing them, because the second you don't have it is the second that you need it. All right, so we've got all that in there. And finally, we're going to throw in, no, we're not. We're actually going to throw my shamog in. So we've got some cotton down there. And this again is pepper spray, emergency flares, and chem lights. So with that being said, we've got a nice solid bottom compartment, and then we just need to zip that sucker up and it is ready to go. All right, next we've got a queen size 100% wool blanket with a scorpion knife tucked in there in case in the middle of the night I need to cut, something happens and falls, I need to cut my way out of something, or I have that sail needle in there where if my tent rips or something like that, I can sew it up. So we've got that, and we are actually just going to go through the top of the pack, and that is going to be our first item that we load down. Now, we've got all the space around it to pack in. So the first thing I'm going to put in there is my spare change of clothes. So I do not only have a spare change of clothes, I have an extra base layer in here, pants, long sleeve shirt from, it's a compression shirt from US Speed Skating, 2 pair of wool socks. Always have an extra pair of socks because if your feet get cold, you do not want foot rot. That can go south really bad. Always take care of your feet. Always keep them dry. Let them dry out. And underwear. I'm not a bra person, but if you are, probably a sports bra for the compression. So we're going to want to stick that in there as well. Okay, so now you can see in there we've got our blanket, which also has a pillow in it. I forgot to tell you, it's got the knife and the pillow. It's an inflatable pillow. I've got my change of clothes. I told you that I made tools out of many of the items in my toiletries bag, so that's going to go next. And because I can't just leave my saw dangling on this ridiculous cordage here because it's a Molly system, we're going to take that off. And it's the Silky Gumboy, by the way. It's beautiful. It's like, cuts like butter. So we are going to take that and wrap my folding saw and my folding shovel in this towel, and that is our next item to go in to the bag. All right, next we've got my container case. It's got a container with a cup, and that is nestled in a stove. So this is an entire cook set. It has got a more knife companion in it and the carry strap, because if I need to ditch, I'm probably going to want to sling this. That's why I always put a knife in every pack in case I have to ditch, or the mom and me. If my kid loses something, they lose their water bottle, this is going to them, and I want to make sure they have a knife in it. This is also a fire kit that I'm just sticking in on top, so I've always got an extra fire making method with my food implements and cooking supplies. So that is going to go on top of the pack. All right, so when I went to go cinch that shut with the container pack in there, I had plenty of extra room. So in the day and age of COVID, I've got a couple extra N95 masks. I'm bringing toilet paper. Don't buy the toilet paper they sell in the camping section at the store. Just pull some off your roll, fold it up, put it in a paper baggie. We'll stick that there because we've got a little extra space, so we might as well utilize it. Rubber gloves. Extra cotton balls, not because I mean, use them for fire and that kind of stuff, but I have really sensitive ears, so like if wind blows in my ears, they hurt really bad. So we've got to throw a couple extra cotton balls in there and zip that sucker up. And, oh, hold on. We'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I actually had to resort to electrical tape because my medical tape was coming off, and Band-Aids freak me out. Like, seriously, freak me out. I was a swimmer all my life, and the creepiest, most disgusting thing in the world is coming up to surface and realizing that you've got someone's old Band-Aid with all of their pus and ointment and stuff stuck to your skin. It's disgusting. I can't handle Band-Aids. So I had to cover that up. So we got that covered right there. I'm going to put that mask in, and we're going to cinch it up, and we're going to do our everyday carry and external packing. All right, so now that we've got the top closed up and the brain on top of the bag, that's what that part of the hiking pack is called, the brain. We're just going to cinch everything down, make sure we don't have anything protruding that can get broken off or snagged. And we've got a nice condensed fit there. So the last thing that I really need to address is my everyday go bag. So let's just move this a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. This is my EDC, and it has got the 10 C's with the exception of my container. Now you can see I've got one container here. This is my Grail bottle. If I need to ditch my bug out bag, I'm taking my EDC, and I don't want to lose my Grail because it's a rather expensive item. So I'm kind of strapping it in here with a Hail Mary because this is a very shallow pocket. So I've got to make sure that I'm able to cinch that as well so it doesn't come loose. But then I'm also going to grab my container pack out of here. But this is my EDC. It has got the 10 C's with the exception of the container. Like I said, it's also got a medical emergency kit for severe injuries, and it's got a fishing kit. I mean, it's got everything. It's got my flashlight. Everything I need is a quick, easy access because it's going to be on the front of this pack. I lucked out on that. So we're going to take, this is my baby. This is the knife I made at a bushcraft gathering. It was a blank blade #1, and I guess since I made it, I can call it whatever I want. So might as well call it the Diva. But here we go. So in the back here, which I don't like because of the strap, I'm putting all my documents and maps with my electronic backup in this pouch. Vitamins and minerals and medication, 2 weeks supply. Gosh, I really don't like that. And last but not least, my phone, which it's not going to fit in here nicely. I might figure out something else, but for right now, I'm not too worried about it. It's not going to go anywhere because I got very lucky in this. My everyday carry carabiners straight to these daisy chains for a nice tight fit. So aside from that, I'm going to hold my pack. I'm going to attach my Bushcraft Black to my chest belt, and we will be on our way. So now when it's all said and done, I have got a pack that fits me, that's fully packed with everything I'm going to need. It's comfortable because it's got shoulder straps and padded hip straps. And what is this orange bag, you ask over here? Well, I keep that next to my go bag at all times. It's an extra base layer. So I can grab that and just put it on whatever I am wearing when I am grabbing and going. And then I just fold that up and use that as my signaling panel. That was the one thing I didn't go through when we were packing up. So basically, the way you want to pack is the things you need to have access to immediately are easily accessible. Whatever manner makes sense to you, this is how I chose to pack my pack. I'm going to have 101 people disagree with me and 101 people agree with me. It's whatever works for you. But thanks for joining me. Thanks for waiting. Thanks for being patient. And thanks again for the people who checked in on my finger. Have a great night. We'll catch you next time.